Well, the president said it today. He says if you got a vacation planned in the next few weeks, you should stay home.
But he still says there are no plans to shut down domestic air travel. So what should you do if you have a trip in the works? Let's get to Hank Winchester. He's live tonight with what travelers need to know, Hank.
And that's a big question, Kimberly, Devin, because there was a lot of information out that the president may shut airports down. That is not the case as of this hour. A live look here at Metro, you'll see that there's not many people, though. Not many passengers inside, outside, not many flights taking off, not as many as there used to be. Here's what you need to know right now. Detroit Metro is open, but it's not the same airport it was just a few weeks ago. There are fewer flights, fewer passengers in the terminals, and more being done to keep the public safe. A spokesperson tells me, quote, "As the operator of the largest airport in Michigan, we feel it's our duty to take the necessary measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So what is being done? The terminals are being sanitized regularly. They've added more hand sanitizing stations throughout all terminals at Metro. And checkpoint bins are being treated with chemicals that slow the growth of bacteria and viruses." Here's David Fishman with Cadillac Travel.
I have a feeling that there will be a slowdown instead of a complete shutdown, because some people will have to get back in or land and then be in their homes for 14 days or whatever.
The president said he's looking into the possibility of reducing some air traffic or expanding flight restrictions, but so far no information regarding total airport closures. If that does happen, it may look similar to what we all remember in the days following 9/11.
If it happens rapidly, then people will be stuck where they are, which is very similar to what happened in 9/11, where no planes flew for a week. So wherever you are is where you're going to be for that period of time until they reopen up the skies.
Back out here live, the president releasing information yesterday during a press conference and again today talking about the possibility of limiting some air travel, maybe expanding some of the broadness rather of that travel ban going overseas or coming back, but nothing specific about any U.S. airports or any domestic flights at this point. Of course, the best advice if you have a trip planned is always to call, double check, make sure everything is running on time. We're live here at Metro. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank.
Hank, you know, there are a lot of shops and restaurants in the airport as well, and they have to be suffering too. I had heard that the airport was offering people day passes to get in to just be able to shop. Are they still offering those? Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a program that rolled out last year, and it was pretty successful for people making their way in past these security checkpoints. That's no longer an option. They are limiting the number of people that are in the terminal, trying to keep it to those passengers making their way in and out of Detroit Metro.
Yeah,
Kimberly.
indeed. Okay. Hank, thanks.